Thank you, Mark, for this very clear presentation. Questions from the floor?
Thank you. Two questions. First is that about declining life expectancy among white population in the United States.
Yeah.
How do you explain that, and whether this can also happen to other countries, declining life expectancy? Second is that, how do you say about association between education and healthy life years?
About healthy life years. Okay. Okay, the first question was referring to the situation that among lowest educated women in the US we saw a decrease in life expectancy. How do I explain that? And when you, let's see, no, I forgot the slide number. Yeah. And you see here that in the US we have the situation that this population, the low educated, have the lowest proportion compared to the others. That means this trend, the shift from low education to high education in the population, and also the available resources is much more ahead. So I think the explanation why life expectancy decreased for women with low education is primarily a fact to the more the succeeded selection also of this population. So this is much more selected. When you have 22% in the high-risk population, they're much more selected than when you have 80%. So I think this is the most reason, and when we reach once this point in other populations that this proportions become smaller and smaller, we could see the same, but it affects a smaller and smaller part of the population. We should be aware of that. And your second question is very, very difficult. I try to do it with one sentence because usually I would need a day because you wanted to make the jump to healthy life expectancy. And here the point is that it depends primarily on how you define health. So what kind of health status do you take into account when you estimate healthy life years? And the closer you are with your definition for the use and health dimension that is closer to mortality, the more similar the results are to what I have shown you for life expectancy. And when you take other health dimensions that are not so strongly associated with mortality, like chronic diseases, for example, then you can get other results. But we had a project about this, and we have seen that this reverse result from, in some cases, is an effect of the different longevity. So that we have here the reverse effect when the health dimension is not closely related to longevity or mortality, then having higher life expectancy is a disadvantage in this case. So this question is really difficult to answer because it depends almost 99% on the definition of health.
Okay, we have time for just one more very short question. I'm afraid that gets priority on this day.
Thank you. Can you put up the question or this chart with the global relationship between, yes, this one. This really, I mean, most of you will be reminded of the Preston curve, which is doing exactly the same thing except for having income per capita on the horizontal axis. And what Preston showed in this influential article is that, yes, there is a strong relationship, but over time, the curves for the 70s, 90s, I think he had the 60s, the 80s, and the 2000s, shifted significantly up. And he made a decomposition. This is showing the important effect of income on life expectancy, but the shifting up of the curve he interpreted as being technological medical progress. Well, we just submitted an abstract to PAA with a paper entitled Educating the Preston Curve, because here if you replace income with education, you don't have this shifting up. Does this mean that education is really sufficiently capturing what Preston called sort of the technological or medical progress? This is a very interesting question.
Mark, do you want to respond to that? Or?
I think I understood as a comment, not as a... Yeah, I totally agree. So when Wolfgang raised the hands, I feared that he made a comment on the role of education as an own factor, so the direct effect of education on life expectancy itself. And this is, of course, a different topic, but of course, obviously, as you say here, it is clear that education itself has an impact, and yes, so I'm very interested in this research, of course.
All right, well, thank you very much. It's always a shame having to cut the discussion short.